Hi, Graham from Vape Underground, and today we're taking a look at the Preco Kit Plus with the Preco tank. And this comes from VZONE, and I had this sent to me by Horizon Vape Distro. So let's take a look at the packaging first of all. There you go, nice and clean and very green. And inside the box what you'll find is your typical instruction manuals and your QC card, some battery safety, your warning card, and then the instruction manual, which tells you the lowest resistance, the voltage output, the charging output, how to turn it on, off, etc., and then in multiple languages. In the box you will find your USB charging cable, a drip tip, and then you've got the mod and tank itself. The drip tip was included to increase the width because people didn't like the original feel of the self-attached drip tip. So let's take a look at the mod and the tank. Nice clean design, smooth. Let's take the tank off the top. Threads are really clean. I've not had any problems screwing on or off. The tank has a 3mm capacity and the coil inside is a 0.15 mesh coil, and on the top here is a grommet which you pull open to fill up the tank, quite like so. Yep, quite a big hole. It's big enough to get your juice tips in. You can see the coil down in there. Like I say, it's a 0.15 mesh coil. On the side you got the airflow and two holes there, and what opens on one side will open on the exact other. Really simple to turn, no problems. On the bottom is a static pin, so I wouldn't suggest putting this on a hybrid mod, but it is protruding, but I wouldn't suggest it. So let's put this drip tip back on just to show you. It is really stiff. It does feel a little bit more girthy. It makes it look a little bit nicer as well. I quite enjoyed this one. Let's take a look at the mod. So this is the Preco mod. Nice, clean, smooth finish with USB charging port, vent holes on the bottom, and not like a self-contained stick. As you can see there, the threads are really clean. Unscrew the base and then we can stick a battery in. As you can see, very clean, and inside there is a positive, so positive end goes in first from the battery. I would have thought it'd be positive down, but they've done it so it's positive up towards the head of the RDA. So let's stick a battery in, just double check, make sure the wrap's clean, no nicks, no cuts, no tears. Nice clean battery, because I wrapped it. So positive end in first, screw the base back on. The threads are clean, but I do find it takes a twist forward or backwards just to make sure that you get it in the right position. And then 5 clicks on, as we all know, but I noticed, look, it turns on when you put your battery in, which could be an issue, but 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. There we go. Let's put the tank on top, and if you're not sure if it's in the thread, just back it out and then screw it back on again. There we go. And then let's grab a juice and fill this up. You have to remove the drip tip, otherwise you can't remove the grommet. So then let's grab a juice. The juice I've got here is the REGGAE juice, which is Monkey Man Pina Colada, which is a pineapple and coconut. Don't normally do coconut juices, but this is quite fresh. So I was going to fill it up. You can get the nozzle in there, just give it a good old squeeze, just be careful you don't squeeze too hard. And then once you've filled the tank, just wipe any excess away after you put the grommet back in. Just make sure it's nice and clean. There we go. And that is the Preco kit from VZONE. Thank you very much. So what we'll do is we'll go back up top and I will tell you what I think of it. Okay, you probably want to know if I like it or don't like it, and I'll tell you straight away, I do like it. Now, originally when I got this, I thought it was going to be aimed or designed for the new vapors, the beginner vapors getting into the market, and I don't actually think it is. I think the tank is, but the tank also serves experienced or intermediate users. But the mod itself is really interesting. Because it's got an external 18650 battery, you have more scope to control the charging of that battery, and the mod will last a lot longer than something with a built-in battery and a restricted milliamp hour time limit. If we're looking at the tank on top, the tank is really nice. I like the mesh coils in the Preco tank, but what's amazing about it is if you go out and you lose this tank, you wouldn't care. You would just put another one on top. So it's a really good recyclable tank. That word, recyclable. Can you recycle these? Yes, you can. These can go in your blue bin, your recyclable container, and the plastics will be separated from the metals. If you're not comfortable doing that in your own bins, you can send them back. I like the flavour. I enjoy it. You can restrict the airflow on these, so if you want a more restricted airflow because of the style of vape you do, then you have that option, you have that ability. It is not forced to be wide open the whole time. The flavour is really good. I don't get any gurgle, I don't get any spit back, and I think it complements the Preco mod as well. The fact that they've included an extra drip tip or a drip tip sleeve that fits over the top of the original mouthpiece is a big bonus. I didn't like that small mouthpiece. It just feels too fiddly, like a mouth to lung RTA, but now it feels a little bit more girthy in your mouth. I quite enjoy it. Yeah, I said that. Clouds are impressive, flavour's impressive. I'm really happy with it. I'm not so sure about the positive being up though. I think I would have preferred it if it was positive down, just so I know that if it's gonna vent, it's gonna vent away from my face, but it shouldn't do that. Because of the chipset inside the mod, you can charge this with the battery inside, but I wouldn't suggest that to anybody. I think if you can remove a battery and use a designated charger, you should be doing so. But if you run low, there is that option to put a bit of juice through it just to be able to charge it up enough, and I would still say go and charge it in an external charger. Based on that, the chipset inside the mod is quite unique to the Preco tank. It is designed for the Preco tank, and the lowest you can fire down is to a 0.1 ohms, but it does recognize and adjust for other resistances that you fire on top within reason. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to take a pull from this and I'll try a couple of other RDA's tanks on top. So here we go. That's a 0.15 coil. So nice, really good. This is a fresh battery as well. So what I'll do is I'll use one of my favorites, which is a Dead Rabbit. In here is a 0.16 ohm coil. Pretty good. Yeah, I like that. And the next on the list, I'm going to try the Smox TF8 Baby V2. This is quite new, but it's got the S1 and the S2 coils on it, and they read at about 0.15 ohms as well. So in comparison to a recyclable tank to a stock coil, let's have a look. Let's see what it vapes like. Oh yeah, it's good. Bubblegum. A lot of vapor from that, a lot of vapor. So it works really well with the smoke tanks on top. Wow, wow. And then just for comparison purposes, I've got my Titan tank RDTA from Steam Crave. There we go. How's that? Doesn't that look amazing? Yeah, I know. For those with OCD, there you go. Ready? In here there's a 0.14, I think it is. I think it's a 0.14 coil.
really good. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, that's really, really flavourful. I like that. That's really flavourful. So let's just put it back on, just for review purposes. And back to the Preco tank. There you go. As you can see, a little bit vapey. I'm fogging out the room. Sorry about that. Overall, I'm impressed with this. You do have to remember to take off the drip tip when you're filling it, but it's not a huge issue. Just make sure that you remove it, otherwise you're going to struggle to try and get the grommet in and then pull it off, and you might get juice everywhere. So it just makes it a lot easier. I've been growing Vape Underground. Thank you very much for watching, as always. And if you are interested in making a purchase of the tanks or the whole kit, then head over to Horizon Vape Distro. Horizon Vape Distro are the official stockists for VZONE within the UK, and you can purchase all the products that I've looked at today on there, and lots more juice as well. Go check them out, guys. Well worth it. Really good. That's tasty. See you all soon. Okay, so you want to know if I like it or I don't like it. Well, first of all, I do like it. But what do I like about it? I like a lot because I'm saying like all the time. It's really good.